talk to you guys tonight about the success step. So let's get into it. You guys who are here now, you actually are in a great place because you are getting what I like to call the tiger sets. That is your foundational life skills. See, when I started at Benedict, I took advantage of every opportunity that I could possibly get. And it wasn't because I was overly ambitious, it was because I was broke and really didn't want to go home. So I did everything that I possibly could do to stay engaged, that I'd never be homeless and I'd never be broke. And then I left and moved on. And if it wasn't for that experience, I don't think that I would be as successful as I have been in my professional career. So I definitely want you, anybody who's at Benedict, it doesn't matter if you are a senior or an incoming freshman, it doesn't matter. Take advantage of the opportunities that Benedict is offering you because they are lifelong foundational skills that you will use. Trust me. I still even have my undergrad books. Don't judge me. So let's talk about it. The success step. If we were to do a quick internet search, we would find that there are several steps on career and life. We'd find buzzwords and phrases, you know, some of those gimmicky sayings that people say like, get rid of the distractions or don't rely on others. But very similar to this list that we have, I just did a quick internet search and I gave this to you guys so we can just look at it for a second. It's nothing to jot down, but it is, if you really glance through it, you will see that there is really nothing that is really thought-provoking. But there's something about us. For some strange reason, we like to hear or read confirmational thoughts that complement the things that we knew already. But you know, there's some of us who like to be sure, and then there's others who like to make sure that they're sure. And so we will go through these extra measures to really search out, how can I really solidify my success and assuring that I'm going to reach those goals that I have a desire to reach. So in my 20 years of professional experience, sitting in boardrooms, leading major projects, negotiating contracts, from promotions to transitions, tight cubicles to beautiful office, coach to first class, layoffs to disappointments, climbing ladders after ladders again and over again to meet only glass ceilings, to break through barriers with sweat, grit, and several forced smiles. That's the thing that they don't tell you about, that you're going to have to smile your way through a lot of situations because that's the only thing that is going to help you get from destination A to B. I remained successful, so I want you to hear me. I went through a lot. I was laid off. I was hired again. I was in management with one company and had to start out in the next company at entry level. So I know what it takes to start over and over again. But I realized that success isn't determined by what other people think success is. I need for you to hear me in this moment because this is not an arrogant moment. This is a truth moment. And I need for you to understand that there is a certain process that you must go through if you want to ensure that you are successful too. So we find ourselves in this place, and trust me, it happened several times that we're searching for success, and we will see or will feel like this person is passing me, or this person has this, or sometimes we will arrogantly judge, like, I don't even know how they're in leadership. I don't even know how they got that role. I don't even know how that happened. And so we start to ask ourselves, like, what is it? What am I missing? And I have come to realize that there is a step, a very important step that is often overlooked. before reaching any level of success. A step that many have assumed but lacked ownership. A step that is often taken for granted but must be recognized in order to be accountable for your success and maintain a responsibility to ensure proper execution of success. So what is this success step? This success step is very simple, not even complicated at all. This success step is a decision. You have to make the decision to be successful. See, when you make the decision, you have made it your duty to come to the conclusion and the resolution of the matter, because you realize that once you make this decision to be successful, it's not a if I'm successful, but a when I'm successful. See, decision comes from the root word decide, which is the Latin word for decide is decidere. So decidere means to determine. So when you make a decision, you are determined to see it through. In actuality, the translation for it, or the transliteration for it, is to completely determinate. So you have made up in your mind, when you make a decision, it is settled. There is no compromise. There is no going back. It is fully resolved, and you have come to the conclusion that success is the very thing that I want. Success is the very thing that I will get. And there is nothing or no one can stop me from being successful. But we have to make sure we understand that success is a mindset and a lifestyle. And you have to clearly define what it means to be successful when you make the decision to be successful. So once you make that decision to say, okay, Jay, I'm about to be successful, there's no question or no thought of quitting, because you have taken the time to consider. So you can't decide anything without considering some things. So you have to make sure that you understand that you are considering a process. You can't decide on something before considering it. So there is a process that you go through in this decision-making assignment to say, I have decided on success. Within our cognitive process of decision-making, see, I believe that there is a spiritual and a natural alignment, because something happens when you start to say that I will be successful, because you begin to attract successful people. People will literally come out of nowhere that are aligned with what you perceive to be successful. They will actually speak into your success. They will aid in your success. You will begin to develop a success language. There are certain words that you won't use anymore. Like, I remember as a kid, my mom used to always say, can't is a poor excuse for don't want to. So I never say what I can't do. I will always figure out a way to get it done. See, then you begin to operate successfully. You begin to comprehend successfully. You begin to reason and evaluate successfully. Everything that was perceived as a threat prior to making the decision to succeed is now an opportunity. It's a learning opportunity, a stretching opportunity, a strengthening opportunity. So don't give way to what paths you have taken before, or you have been through before. See, sometimes we get so caught up in what we've been through versus the things that we got through to get to where we're going. See, what matters most right now, in this moment, is the moment that you decide to make the decision to succeed. See, after tonight, the past doesn't mean anything other than being great content for your success story. So everything that you've been through, every time, no matter how many times you started school, no matter how many times you dropped out, no matter how many F's that you received, no matter how many people told you that you can't do it, it don't mean a thing, because that is the making of a great story about how you not only got over, but got through, and you made it. So I know you're like, well, Jay, if it's that simple to make a decision, after I make that decision, what is next? Well, it's very simple. Push. See, I know what you're thinking. See, I'm from the South too, and so we have it on shirts, we see it on signs, we see it on church fans, and if you're anywhere near the Bible Belt, you have heard them say, well, you need to pray until something happens. And I'm with that. I'm with whatever form of meditation, whatever inner strength you feel that you need, or outer bodily strength that you feel that you need. So I'm with prayer. But there comes a point where you have to realize that you are the something that needs to make something happen. So yes, pray until something happens, but you need to put some action with that prayer in order to ensure that there's something that happens takes place. And so you have to push, pursue understanding and seek happiness. So you have to push, pursue understanding and seek happiness. Push. Problems usually subside here when you push. Once you've made the decision to push, then you gotta practice utilizing success habits. Push, practice utilizing success habits. And then you gotta push, profess unto self hope. See, there are going to be some times that you're going to have to talk to yourself, encourage yourself, and you're going to have to push your way through. See, it's not so much that your decision has changed. It's not so much that you are compromising what it means to be success. Sometimes it is an uphill battle, so you do have to push, and you have to instill some level of hope within you. And then when you feel like your back is up against the wall and you said, Jay, I decided to succeed, but it seemed like, it feels like everything is kicking my tail one way or another. Well, that's when you pause, reflect. It's okay to pause, reflect, regroup, think about that thing a little bit more, even re-strategize if need to. And then you unwind. Let go. Sometimes we hold on so tight, we can't really see what's in front of us. So we got to let go of any type of negativity, any type of distractions, any type of frustration. And then we need to strengthen ourselves. Remind yourself of the things that you've been through. Remind yourself of why you want this. And then, of course, hold fast. You don't let go of that decision that you made to succeed. No matter what comes your way, you hold on with everything that you got to say that I have made a determinant, because it's completely determined within me to succeed. So I'm going to hold on to that decision because I'm fully committed. It's not up for debate. It's not any question. No one can stop me. Nothing will stop me from being successful. So you want to hold fast. So there's one simple step to success. It starts with that decision, and everything after that decision will be determined when you push that decision forward into success.